Hi everybody, welcome back. Last week we left you preparing our two areas for concrete. We're doing a parking pad and a septic tank. And both of them need concrete bases. In the case of the septic tank, we're going to build an entire concrete box to put it in. And in the case of the parking pad, we're going to do a kind of a reclining L-shaped retaining wall type of thing. It'll make sense as you, or maybe it won't, as you go through the video, but stick with us now. We're going to do a lot more form making this time and get everything ready for the concrete pour, which is coming up in just a matter of days. We've started our week with a lot of little tasks. Brought in some gravel this morning. Michio is finishing the 3 tiers up there for the parking pad. We're going to put the gravel on them and firm them up. We called the concrete company this morning and reserved a slot for Wednesday morning. Today's Monday. I'm going to finish my rebar work on the pit for the septic tank. We got to get through all the preparation today for the Wednesday pour first thing in the morning. Okay, I think I'm pretty much done here. I'm leaving a little space to walk in and out of. I've got to put one more there. Actually, I have to bend it first and keep it handy. And then we're done. We've just got a couple of top rails here to keep these ones upright. And yeah, done. just picked up our second load of gravel. I think we'll only use half of this, but well, it's good to have a little bit extra around. And now I'm just gonna drop in at the tool rental place and reserve a hopper for the day after tomorrow. Okay, just before we take lunch, we're putting in the Formwork, basic as it is, for the Sutekon. And if you watched last week's episode, I didn't know what the origin of the word Sutekon was. It's made up of two parts, sute and then kon. Kon, of course, means concrete. And I just asked Michio, and he confirmed the sute comes from suteru, which means to throw away. So it's the throwaway concrete that you use. You don't actually throw anything away, but you use it under the real concrete, the main concrete, the base of your building or the base of your wall or something. So I don't think I've explained exactly what we're doing here with this parking pad. Of course, the end result is going to be a slightly inclined cement pad with a curb all the way around to stop us from going over the edge. What we're doing here is we're putting down a base, this throwaway concrete, this Sutekon base. You know, inch and a half layer of concrete is really just for marking and for laying out forms for your future concrete project. So the future concrete project is really going to be, think of it as a reclining L shape. The long arm of the L will be on the ground, and the short arm of the capital L will be jutting up. And the tip of that short arm will be the curb that protrudes through the final end paved area. Okay, we're at the middle of the week. Concrete's coming in about an hour, less than an hour, and we're doing final prep. I was able to rent a vibrator from the rental shop because mine went south. My Chinese cheapie went south last pour, which was up on the foundation. We're already here. We've got a hose hooked up. We're gonna wet this down a little bit before we pour, and then we'll do this. We've got the hopper already out of the truck and prepared, and Michan is upstairs making, I think, a couple of rebar handles. I didn't ask what for, but I think it might be for excess if we have it. We'll make blocks that we can pick up and carry around. And yeah, everything's ready. Just wait for the truck now. 残ってるのはない。Okay, well, the day is wrapping up and I haven't even looked up since about 9:30 this morning. It's almost 3 now. I didn't get much film during the middle of it because it was just the two of us and it was a little bit of insanity. Pouring concrete, no matter how small the job, is always stressful in different ways for different people. And it was stressful for both of us today in different ways. We had a lot of overflow. First, we ran short due to my calculation error. We ran short, so we had to pour just 3/4 of it in the septic tank pit, and then the driver had to go back for more. Then when he came back, of course, he had too much because they have a minimum load. So we got a lot of overflow. I made a few walking stones. I made a bunch of bags, which will become rocks. And now it's just cleanup. So getting the machines washed, the hopper and the vibrator, which I've already put in the truck, get them washed up, get our tools washed up. Probably another hour of mucking around and then call it a day. Okay, a fresh new day. don't like those concrete pouring days, as necessary as they are. I always look forward to them and dislike them after the fact. However, we've got forms to do now today. The pads for the parking space were very thin, like only an inch and a quarter thick. So, you know, they're almost ready to work on. The pad for the septic tank is quite thick. It's an 8-inch thick slab. So we're going to probably leave that today, but we can measure, mark, and create all of the forms, which I brought the material from the supply house for this morning. So it's form making day today. Okay, Michio has finished marking out the lines for the forms on this upper parking portion. He's working on the septic tank portion right now. I'm going to start making some forms out of these new panels and sangi, they're called, the 1x2s, I guess.スプレーもあるし、これ、はい？蚊取り線香？蚊取り線香もあるよ。蚊取り線香炊こうか。OK。このぐらい行くとすごいの。Mosquitoes seem to be biting the helper. The Japanese mosquitoes like the Japanese blood, but they're not bothering the Canadian. Spider lilies, one of the first real signs of autumn. Michiは見たい？
これぐらいの方が優しいのかな。
と思ってる。じゃあそこ。
これにしたときに道路のさ仕上がり多分この辺さ。
それでも構いません。というのはコンクリートの
壁が出っ張ってても構わない。
構わない。だからこのぐらいの
そういう解釈。
それはいい。全然問題ない。 And so right now we're trying to gauge the slope. The slope not only of that wall, because that will become a curb at the end of the day. We're trying to gauge the slope of the curb, but also the slope of the slightly lower road that will be, all over this space. And we're making changes on the fly as we put more panels in and get more comfortable with the final image as it's going to be. So yeah, there's a lot of discussion going on at this point. Okay, it's only 9:30 and I'm already hot and sweaty and out of breath. We've had a busy morning so far. The asphalt company showed up at just about 8:30, and I asked them to come by and give me a quote. They had to take some measurements. I want to know if it's even viable for me to do an asphalt roadway and parking area. Economically viable. I don't know what the prices will be. The one issue we have is the entryway, and that's going to be too steep. I want to make it, in Japanese, boko boko. I want to make it rough so the tires grab more, because it's such a steep thing, and with asphalt you just got to have a smooth surface. I'm kind of worried about this roadway also that I'm standing on, which is the main roadway up to the second parking area. But anyway, I want to see their prices, see what they have to say, and then think about it. Today, I'm getting started on the forms for the outside forms for the septic tank. And we've got a bunch of them. We've got all the materials we need. I think we're one sheet of plywood short to do the whole thing, but that's okay. We need a doorway in there anyway, so let's get that going. I'm going to try this explanation again. For this parking pad, we need a way to keep the material, the pad itself, the fill underneath from going down onto the road over time. So we're building this retaining wall under the surface. A small bit, maybe 4 inches of the retaining wall, will protrude through the concrete or asphalt parking area to act as a curb. But essentially this is a reclining L-shaped retaining wall that will be under the surface. You will never see it again probably, because you can't see it from the roadside. There's too many trees. You won't see it from the top side on the inside here, because the parking area will be here, but you will see the curb that goes around. Okay, right now Michio is marking elevations for digging down for the base concrete pour, for the top of the concrete surface of the parking area, and then for the top of the curb. There's a whole bunch of elevations. He knows how to do this stuff like breathing. It would take me days to figure it out. So yeah, we're making progress. So this is our very detailed form map. Both for building the forms, we have to build them out of 2 pieces for half of the septic tank wall, the height of each, and then the separator, the holes for the separators, which give us the width of the wall. That'll make sense probably next week when we are putting them in. But this whole intricate map is just very, very helpful for me to make the forms, drill the holes, count the separators, purchase the separators, and then also purchase the rebar that we need to fill these walls. Okay, we've got a little jig here, and drilled our first hole, and pecan goes in, so we'll just do all of them. Okay, lots of progress today. We're back tomorrow doing the same old, but by the end of the day tomorrow, we should have all of the outside forms up and the rebar in place. Then on Monday when we come back, we just got the inside forms to do, and probably we can think about calling the concrete truck. So that'll be in the next video. Thanks for hanging around for this one. See you soon.